Remember we talked about the woman that went to the altar? She didn't have a lot to give, but she was giving her all at Pastor Marvin Winans' church. Well, y'all, now it's being reported, honey, that Pastor Winans' church reportedly, y'all, was empty. They're saying, honey, that it was empty recently for church service. Now, they're saying the Detroit famous pastor, honey, is facing some major backlash. And now, according to members, they say his once-packed church has been noticeably empty in recent weeks. Now, 2 weeks ago, that viral video showed the popular pastor scolding a woman during the service after she donated only $1,200, y'all, instead of the $2,000 that he reportedly asked for. Now, the clip sparked outrage online, with many y'all accusing the pastor of embarrassing the woman publicly and prioritizing money, y'all, over ministry, honey. And, you know, it's just a sad situation out there. Saying that the video, which circulated widely on TikTok, y'all, shows Pastor Winans addressing a member, later identified her name as Miss Roberta McCoy, and in that footage, y'all, he questioned her for giving less than the amount he requested, y'all, during what church members called a special giving line. Now, the tone of the exchange, y'all, and the fact that it happened, y'all, in front of the congregation immediately caused outrage online. Thousands of users criticized the pastor for what they viewed as prosperity preaching that was gone too far, honey. And, you know, I mean, I don't understand how the church, I mean, why the people wouldn't go to the church. Allegedly, church was empty because of that. I mean, you know, you could just give what you could give. And it's
just bad press for the ministry. You know, when you get that out there, stuff like that out on the internet. And then right before that, he had an issue where he demonized, if that's the correct word, all Greeks. He doomed everybody that's a member of the Divine Nine pretty much to hell. Oh, so when you got people like Fred Hammond, that's a Sigma, and you got Erica Campbell, that's an AKA, and, you know what I'm saying, you got all of these gospel singers and probably a percentage of your membership that's Greeks. That caused a lot of controversy. And then on top of that came the other controversy with the money. So when your church is just getting a lot of controversy or whatever, that's when you have to sit down and have a conversation with the pastor, or you have to do things to rebuild your ministry. You know, positive things in the community, serving the homeless, serving the poor, to try to get your name in your ministry, you know, built back up.
Some of these pastors need to just get back to preaching the word and stop being so judgmental and trying to be, you know, dictate people's lives. You know what I'm saying? Just preach the word and kind of stick to that, and stay out of trouble.
But what I don't understand, though, with everybody, I mean, if he's a preacher, it's evidently that the Lord told him to say this. So if the Lord told him to say this... No, the Lord don't tell a lot of the preachers to say that stuff. Because I know I done got preached on a few times at my old home church, and I know doggone well God didn't wake him up and said to talk about one of your members that's trying to help you real bad and make him feel embarrassed and give him church hurt or whatever. I was traumatized by that. That was embarrassing, one of the most embarrassing moments of my whole life. So now God, they'll say that God put that because thus said the Lord
on their heart, but God loved you also. So why would God have me wake up in the morning and go sit up under a roof to get preached on when I'm only trying to go to serve Him?
But that's when the pastors let their ego get in the way of.
Oh my God!
Of what their mission is supposed to be, because that
can write
nothing to do with nothing.
I can write a whole book on church hurt. You know what I'm saying? I had a real bad experience or whatever. So I just hate stuff like that. Because, man, people be suffering. They be going through grief. Yeah. They be going through depression. And they come into church, you know, for healing. And they want to give because they want to be blessed. And they're having a lot of bad experiences. So that's why you have a deacon board and a trustee board. Somebody that can pull the pastor and keep everything in check, like a mayor have, a city council, president have, Congress. You know, but when you're in a situation where there's no deacons and no trustees, and somebody can sit the pastor down and have a conversation with him about certain stuff like that, then a lot of integrity is, going out the window.
It's funny, though. This might not have nothing to do much, but I was a faithful Oprah watch, and I never get Oprah said one day a lady came up to her and said, "The Lord told me to tell you to give me $1,000." And Oprah said, "Well, baby, he hadn't told me that yet, and I know him just as well as you do. So when he tells me,"
I like that.
Right.
And I love that. I'll never forget that.
I've been using that for years. Yeah. I said, well, when he tell me, I'll let you know.
Exactly. So there you have it. So But anyway, thus said the Lord. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is powder pink. On the high end, you say powder pink, and on the low end, just say beautiful pink. And you know that's a beautiful fall color, too.
That's a beautiful fall color. Y'all give it up for Gary with the T if you would.